So, can you ask me again what you want to do this weekend?
So it's Monday now, and from Friday to Sunday there is a Renaissance fair in Winterthur, which is about 1 hour, and they're still looking for vendors. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's do this.
So, where are we?
In Germany!
Again?
The Germans are in Germany.
We've just been here. Why are we here again?
We're here to get my medieval tent, which is inside this job. So the thing is, I could have ordered it to Switzerland, but then it would have had higher shipping costs and I have to pay customs. And here it had was free shipping because it's a German shop. And I also don't have to pay customs because
I also want to film you when you load it into the car.
I have to load it in the car. You're the dude. The dude has to carry the heavy things and get the tent and see if we can fit it in here. I hope so. I mean,
this is a big car.
The car is large, and we can also put down that middle thing. So for the tent,
that's what we're gonna do. We need a pickup truck.
I did a lot of research. No, we don't need a pickup truck because they are shitload expensive here. And
yeah, they are.
What would you think this costs in taxes? Probably like 500. Wow, and insurance. Oh no. Yeah.
Family-friendly tent.
Excuse me. Push. Yeah, it's perfect. It's gonna fit. Cool.
It was less of a problem than I thought.
Okay.
That's 3 days.
I know.
We haven't tested the tent yet.
I know.
You are still half sold out from the last event.
I know.
You have 4.5 days.
Yeah, basically I have 3 days for crafting when I say Thursdays for packaging and building up the booth, but I still can do stuff on the booth because they want people to show what they do. And I do wire wrapping, and this is very cool because I don't need a big array of tools. I couldn't show my polymer clay sculpting because I need the workspace and
sure.
all that, but with the wire wrapping, you just have your different
it's not but it's not about what you want to show.
Yeah, but still, and I can make more inventory while I show things. Inventory on the go.
So we're doing this, yes?
Yeah, I think so. If they're gonna take us in, then we're doing this.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be hell of a ride, but
that's going to be a hell of a ride.
I really want to push the limits and see what we can do.
All right. So that means we have to wait until tomorrow for the test setup with the tent.
Yes.
Then the garden should be dry.
Today, yeah, so we want to wait one more day until. So I don't want to bring the wet tent, of course. And we have to do a test setup tomorrow afternoon after you're done with work. I have to craft for the next 3 days like a mofo. I canceled all other appointments already. And then Thursday would be for packaging and setting up the booth. And maybe I can do after we have the booth finished or so. I can do a little more stuff to bring. And then Friday it starts at 12 noon. So we have to be set up until then.
What? You want to put up the tent? Huh? Do you want to put up the tent or do you just want to eat grass? Yeah, I figured you would. There's the lady of the house.
I brought the knife to open the package.
That's a good idea.
But first we need to remove all the other stuff.
I was about to explain that. So we need to remove these plants. I think this should be enough, right? I don't think we need to remove the table.
I actually think we need to remove this also. Like everything. Go over there.
What? No, you cannot transport these. These are too heavy.
So let's hope we have enough space for that spaceship.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to put up the tent for the Ren Fair on the weekend that Nat has spontaneously enlisted us for. These zucchinis look very sad, but they've been in the sunlight all day. And that's a problem with the zucchinis in the pots. The water level is just lowering too fast on these. All right, let's remove this and see how far we can get.
I have the knife.
You have the knife? Go for it.
Okay, let's see. Need to be careful not to rip the tent plane though.
Yeah.
Because I can be kind of see, here it is.
Yeah. All right. So this tent is like what? 5 meters?
Yeah, 5 meters, 230.
Yeah.
260.
So we're trying to put this on this lawn just for
I have absolutely no idea. If it's
just
gonna
for a test run. We don't know if it's gonna fit. We might run into some issues regarding the lines and stuff, but we need to try this before the Ren Fair on the weekend.
So they gonna build up the tent and I gonna sit here. I don't go. I'm not gonna do work here. I'm just going to film. So there is Christian and Natasha and they're gonna build up the tent. So they're doing this they say they did not right, but it was very stupid. But now they say to the doggo, he so go to his place. It's a tent for the for my mom's conventions, where she can where we can sit in, so we don't need to stay out of the sun. Yeah.
We kind of put up the tent. It's good? You like it? Okay, she likes it. How do you like the tent?
I think it's quite an improvement from what we've got. I mean, it got its own acoustics.
Yeah.
When you're talking like it's.
So if you're wondering why I'm not moving, I'm holding essentially this rope here just to keep it from collapsing, because our property is essentially not big enough to put tension on this rope. That's the main issue that we're having right now. But I think it's enough for Nat to judge how much room she's gonna have. I think she will get 1 or 2 tables from downstairs just to figure it out.
What?
Can you,
I mean-
can you still move?
Yeah, sure. I didn't do. I have a feeling the guy who drilled the holes. Did
Yeah, he did a lot. So the tent is up. There needed to be a lot of drilling. The ground is, this is on top of a parking garage underground, and so there is a concrete ceiling in there, and on top there is like gravel stuff. So there needed to be a lot of holes drilled, and the guys from the venue helped us drill the holes. They drilled the holes essentially. We just held the tent in place, and now it's up. It's not perfect. We are not particularly happy with the roof here, but it's gonna work. Nat is just putting up everything in the tent. The area is fenced off and there's a security guard, so we're not worried leaving anything here besides the stuff. The merchandise is actually only coming in tomorrow. But even during the event, which is a 3-day event, there will be security, so we're not worried. Now we're just unloading the car, Nat is so far, and then we're off to eat. Morning everyone. It's the first day of the Ren Fair. Nat is still sleeping. It's 6 something a.m. I just packed the rest of the stuff in the car. So yesterday we brought up the tent. I wanted to film a little more, but the problem is, I think I mentioned that in the previous segment, the ground in this particular venue is very, very difficult. It's on top of a parking garage and it's a gravel place, a densified gravel place essentially. So to put up the tensioners for the tents, we essentially needed to drill holes in the ground, like real holes. They had a huge drill, electric drill, and they drilled holes for each and every tent, which is a lot. So I asked the guy how many holes he did drill, and he was something like 260. and these are not like, you know, like your 2-3 inch deep holes. These were a foot deep hole basically. And so that was quite interesting. And they helped us do the drilling, which was really important, because I would probably not have done it or not have been able to do it myself, aside from not having the necessary tools for this. So I'm gonna get prepared, or I am actually prepared. Next time we have a venue like this again, and sorry, I'm holding the phone. I left the driver upstairs. So next time this happens, I will have my own electric drill. I do have one really good one. I just need to bring it, and then you need some sort of a power source for that on these venues, which they have. So it's hot. It's a different car. I just switched it off, and it immediately stopped the air condition, and we have like, I don't know, 30 something degrees Celsius out there. I will put that in potentially how much it is in Fahrenheit. I'm just waiting for the little one. She's at the public pool, and then we're going over to the Ren Fair. I had a couple of messages with Nat, and she told me that she did make a couple of sales. I think it's okay-ish. We'll see. I mean, she hasn't been messaging for a while now. I packed everything. I have some additional chairs and stuff like that in the trunk. We are missing some merchandise though. There was a bunch of earrings and they got lost. I'm really curious if they will turn up again, because I have no idea where else to look. But Nat said she's gonna look in the evening. All right. I'm gonna let you know when I'm there. Just a quick check-in from the Renaissance Fair. It's actually running pretty good for us. We basically got our goals on day one, which is pretty cool. Now it's 2 more days, but the weather should be horrible tomorrow. We might have to abort the entire thing. We just had a guy here told us there would be thunderstorm warnings, etc. And as you can see, our tent is not made for that kind of weather. So depending on how hard it's gonna get, and if it's really stormy, we will have potentially to abort this, which would be a shame. On the other side, we made our goals and a little bit more, so all is good. Life is good. It's day 2 and it's not looking good. How are you feeling? Tired. That's not the reason why it's not looking good. The weather has shifted significantly and it has rained this morning. We're on the way to the venue right now, and we kind of hope that everything is alright. The tent is not made for really bad weather. The streets here are okay, but when we started we had some significant rain coming down, and now we're obviously worried. So,
but to be fair, it's quite a distance in between our home and where the venue is, so maybe we are lucky and they didn't have this very strong, very long rain.
So there is thunderstorm warnings for the afternoon, so from 4 p.m. onwards it could shift again. The news are full of, you know, major instabilities in the weather for the next couple of weeks. Well, there's one thing that we cannot change, that's the weather, so all we can do is adapt to it and hope for the best. See you on site. That was not good. Nat is kind of mad at me because I tried to get some water from the roof here, from the front roof, and some of that got on her stuff, and she's mad now because the packaging is basically ruined and she needs to redo all of this. Kind of makes sense, and I'm sorry, but that was not ideal. So the tent is very dirty. All the water just brought up the dirt. Lots of her stuff. It's not meant to be outdoors, you know, and especially like the tablecloth and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think that a lot of stuff is ruined aside from the packaging, but it certainly is not ideal, and I'm very concerned because we just heard the forecast, and we're supposed to get more and heavier rain later today. Now I'm gonna switch around the camera here. This is basically where it came in overnight, and you see this tent is dirty, the cloth is, we tried to bring it up, but the fact is that this this venue is very densified in the flooring. The same issue with the holes that we need to drill, and that basically means the water is not, you know, draining really good, and it's currently standing in the middle of the booth, which sucks, and some is standing in front of the booth because that's where the water came down from the front tent. So we'll see. Whew. It's 4 p.m. We got lucky so far. Just a couple of raindrops, nothing really crazy. But now this might change. We've had a forecast for quite some time now that was suggesting that it's gonna come down at 4 p.m. and this does not look good. Everyone is kind of hoping that because it's limited, right? Over there it's over, and over there it's over. Everyone is kind of hoping that it's gonna pass, but we actually really don't know, and I'm very concerned. I think we can deal with a little bit of rain, but not a whole lot. So we might have to evacuate some of the stuff depending on the next couple of, I would say 30 minutes. We'll see. Generally it's you know, everyone is in a good mood. We had a downpour just a couple minutes ago, like really hard, and you can see it's all wet. There's a couple of puddles, but nothing really bad. We got hit a little bit. Stuff just, oh wow, that was a big lightning across the sky right there. So there is another thunderstorm warning that should hit us eventually. They're not sure if it's gonna hit here. We're getting ready, not as calculating results so far. We're getting ready to put all the small stuff in bags and eventually close down the tent. We have these, wow, more lightning. We have these, and we can use them to tie down the tent. All right, getting ready to help. Might do another update. So far it's okay, we survived. The people are still here. I mean, there's still a big celebration going on. There's live music. Everyone is really hyped. It's fun. There's a couple of cool things happening here, but the weather is kind of over right now. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm a little panicky because we got that storm warning, but obviously the storm is like,
It's bypassing.
yeah. I'm very happy with the tent actually. We had quite some downpour, but it was okay. Of course, we are like living in the mud here, but that's fine.
Like really in the mud. I need to do something about my boots.
Yeah, and of course I have to clean like everything, the tables, the tablecloths, but that's fine as long as my stuff is okay, and my stuff is really dry over there, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we're also prepared in case if we should evacuate the booth. We have bags ready where we're just gonna put the things in really quickly. The bags are like those IKEA watertight bags, so you can just like knot them and then put them in the tent. Then we have to bring the tent down, and then basically we're done. Because it's not that big of a deal if the tables get wet or the cloths. I mean, the cloths I have to wash. The tables, okay, I don't know how good they will be, but they're not that expensive, and I have to buy new ones for the next market or so. That's not such a big deal. We made good revenue.
Yep.
So we're fine, even if I would have some damage. But let's hope not. Let's just hope. I mean, there is the horizon is getting brighter again, so maybe we got lucky and the storm. You still can hear it rumbling, but maybe we got lucky and the storm is really traveling around us. Anyways, it's a really nice event.
Yeah, it is. No.
People are nice. And the guy spilled meat on my tablecloth, but he got me a drink.
He got you Coke. That's so nice of him. I tried to kind of extort a meat out of him, but that wouldn't work. So
It'll be too expensive.
yeah, it's fine.
Anyways, let's just hope the weather will be fine, or not as bad. But
It is raining a little bit.
yeah, but it's okay. It's not too bad.
Okay.
That-
I'm pretty drained. It's what? I don't even know. Hang on. What time is it? It's 7 p.m. and it's just starting to rain again. I'm having a meatsicle. I got that from Nat. She was out there getting it. I don't know where the rain is coming from. It's actually, if you look outside, it's pretty sunny on this end. But yeah, whatever. I'm quite prepared actually. I will. So we have made a couple of changes to the booth over the time. I will need to, hang on, let me just turn the camera around. So we pulled these tables back about a foot, these outer ones. We want to pull back the inner ones as well. We're using an additional pole to stabilize that. And that's it, that's Nat. Hello! What you having? It's raining, yes. So it's 8 p.m. As you can see, the sun came out. It's really beautiful. It's getting very damp because all the humidity on the floors is now evaporating.
Evaporators.
The thunderstorm risk is still there until 10-11 p.m., which is when this event officially ends for today. There is going to be a concert in a couple of minutes, I guess. I might, just come in, film a little bit. I want to go over the market at some point, but I'm not sure I can actually make it. We've been very busy. It's a lot of customers, a lot of business going on, and we're okay from a financial point of view. That was really good. It's all dirty and muddy, and I'm really exhausted. This is gonna take forever to clean up. We have luckily a room where we can dry the tent and all this kind of stuff, but it's gonna take a while.